What's it on?
I think it's new. It's on wherever documentaries are sold. I don't know. But I was just on Spotify looking for some Eno to bump, and I saw that there's a soundtrack to the movie. It's called Eno, and it's about Brian Eno.
Oh, the name's good. Brian Eno, 1971 to 1977, The Man Who Fell to Earth.
The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Oh, but there's one out in 2024.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's called the same.
Eno.
It's called the same. It has the poster looks the same though.
Maybe it's a re-release.
No, wait, now it looks way different.
Whoa now.
Oh wow, Gary Hustwit is involved. Maybe it's not even out yet.
The soundtrack is on Spotify.
Brian Eno is the subject of a new career-spanning documentary that is uniquely. Okay, so it's out April 19th, 2024.
That's yesterday.
Okay.
2 days ago.
But that's just the album. Yeah.
The album was out?
That was That was when the album came out.
Okay. That makes sense.
How do I watch the movie?
Where's the movie?
Is it just on this website for
That's pretty cool
free?
to write a soundtrack and no movie.
Nope, this is just more of the soundtrack. Pretty smart.
See that can? Union?
About videos. What do you mean? Where can I watch it?
It would be. It's so him. It's so Eno to make it hard to find. Classic Eno.
Oh, it opened at Sundance today, but that was January 18th. I wonder when it's streaming. Oh, it says there might be generative AI involved. Some of these.
What?
Bad
In the
news.
articles or in the movie?
In the movie.
What would they do?
I
What
don't know.
did AI?
Visual. We'd have
Maybe
we
a
don't
young
know.
Eno.
Streaming.
Young Brian Eno.
I just want to watch Eno. Yeah. Where can I watch
I just
Eno?
want to watch Eno.
You can watch Eno on Showmax. Showmax currently has 2 seasons of Eno available for streaming.
That sounds like a streaming service on a Nickelodeon show,
Watching
folks.
Showmax?
Showmax, Showtime, HBO Max. Come on, Showmax. Please watch my documentary. It's on.
I think
you can watch it on Showmax.
I think you can only watch this one if you're at Sundance.
I think you can only watch it if you're in a hotel
I think it's going to be
in
on
Romania.
the festival circuit for a while, and then you'll be able to watch it. After it's been at Venice.
If you're in a motel in Eastern Europe, it's free on the television in your room.
2020. I'll type in 2024.
It's definitely. We can just find it on 2 movies or something.
2024.
Is 2 movies still a thing?
Okay, it's an hour 40 long. It premiered. Okay, I got the Wikipedia now. The film uses a computer program to select footage and edit the film so that a different version is showed each time it is screened.
What? That's so Eno, man.
That's so fucked up.
It's the most Eno shit I've
So
ever
it's
heard.
not the thing we can watch. Okay.
No. We have to watch
We
it.
don't have to worry about it. It doesn't really exist for us.
You need a really fancy computer to watch the
It
Eno
only
documentary.
exists if you're a film festival and you're supposed to watch it and go, oh, this was slightly different than the other one that was screened at the film festival because it was edited by a different AI.
Fucking pretentious.
I don't know. It mostly just sucks. But yeah. Oh, wait. I wanted to look at my phone for goods.
Why not just have somebody edit the thing? I don't know.
Because it's cool, dude. Okay, so this is from the Wikipedia page for dumpster.
Aaron would love that.
The word dumpster, first used commercially in 1936, came from the Dempster-Dumpster system of mechanically loading the contents of standardized containers onto garbage trucks, which was patented by Dempster Brothers in 1935. The containers were called dumpsters, a blending of the company's name with the word dump. The Dempster Dump Master, which became the first successful front-loading garbage truck that used this system, popularized the word.
So dumpster is a portmanteau.
The word dumpster has had at least 3 trademarks associated with it by Dempster Brothers, but today it is often used as a genericized trademark. All 3 trademarks have since been expired or canceled. A dumpster is sometimes considered synonymous with a skip. However, there are functional differences between them. A skip is intended to be loaded onto a vehicle and a transporter to another location. Dumpsters, on the other hand, have their contents emptied into a special vehicle and are seldom moved from their locations.
They're made to be dumped.
Yeah, for dumping.
Shh, book drop.
Just dumped your ass.
You dumped your book. Who are the Dempster brothers here? Who
So,
are you, the Dempster brothers?
We were talking about dumpsters, and we were like,
Yeah.
I was like, I bet it's a company.
Yeah, it is cool. It's like Frisbee or
Right.
Kleenex.
Frisbee.
Dumpster.
Yeah.
So it's a portmanteau
Xerox.
of dump and master.
No, their name is Dipster.
It's the dumpster, but it was the Dipster Dump Master.
Right. But the portmanteau is of their name and dump. Dumpster.
Dumpster.
Dipster dumpster.
The Dipster Dumpster.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
But it's the Dump Master. Is another one. They made the Dump Master.
We might have to. Okay. Only the Dipster brothers know.
Right.
Truly.
So also I'll say Dump Master was one word. So you can't make a portmanteau of one word where you cut out two of the letters.
That's true.
But
You got okay, but it could be dump and master.
got a gallery of
are-
dumpsters.
They are two
There's
separate
two
words.
pictures. Oh,
Okay.
wow, what a great page.
Dumpsters rule. Shout out dumpsters. We need
love
them.
dumpsters.
We love them.
All right. What are you guys feeling? You guys feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling okay.
You're feeling good. Should we read some Andy Rooney? Should we read the Andy Rooney that we were threatening to last time?
I love Andy Rooney.
Yeah.
Me personally, big fan of Andy Rooney. I've seen about 4 YouTube videos,
Nice.
and I love him.
Okay, I've bookmarked a couple.
He was on 60 Minutes, right?
Yeah, and he complains and he's old.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. I'll read the preface.
We're all caught up on Andy Rooney.
The writing in this book was originally done for television. S.J. Perlman said that the only difference in writing for television is that to make it look like a script, you only write on the right-hand side of the page. There are other differences, though. Words written for television are meant to be heard by the ear, not seen by the eye. People don't talk the way they write, and they don't write the way they talk. So you have to make some adjustments. When a writer puts it down on paper, he's more concise than he'd be in conversation. He cuts out a lot of the hemming and hawing and backtracking that all of us do when talking. This saves everyone time but the writer. He thinks out what he's going to say in advance and then tries to stick to the point. When the same writer puts words down to be spoken by someone on television, on a stage, or in a motion picture, he puts a little of the hemming and hawing back in to make it sound more natural. At best, it comes out as a compromise between written and spoken English. To be spoken aloud, the sentences have to be shorter and the writing simpler. You can't turn a clever phrase because if the audience doesn't catch it the first time, they can't go back and read it over again.
Shit.
At the same time, a viewer or listener expects more from something that's been written to be said than he'd expect to hear from a friend he meets on the street. So, the writing has to be a little concentrated. If it is concentrated and there are ideas in the writing, it has to be slowed down because all of us talk faster than we listen. Writing for television, you often follow an idea with a few words that don't mean much just to give the listeners time to hear what you said. If I were teaching a class of young writers, I'd advise them to keep in mind what something sounds like when they read it aloud, even if they are writing it for print. Anyone should be very suspicious of a sentence he's written that can't be read aloud easily. I'm telling you all this because I assume that if you weren't interested, you wouldn't have bought the book.
Yeah.
I hope it's a good book.
Yeah.
Publishers these days are often more interested in whether something will sell than whether it's any good. Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy to read in his tone of voice. It's
yeah.
like so nuts.
You're doing a very light Andy Rooney impression, and it's
A
really
book by
nice.
anyone on a popular television broadcast will probably sell whether it's any good or not, and that makes me nervous. It wasn't hard to talk me into putting this book together.
He
It
turns
is
to the side.
unsatisfactory for a writer to have his words said once and then unsatisfactory for a writer to have his words said once and then disappear forever into thin air. Seeing our names in print lends to the dream all of us have of immortality. You can't ask more from something than immortality and money next week.
You can't
That's
ask. Read
for-
that again.
You can't ask more from something than immortality and money next week.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's funny.
It would be better if he said it, probably.
No, that's kind of funny.
I use the
Read
phrase
it like Andy Rooney.
I use the phrase putting this book together because it's been written over a period of 10 years for
Yeah.
print. I've crossed out some things that didn't mean anything at all without the pictures that originally went with them. And I've put apostrophes back in words like I've, don't, and isn't, which I've abandoned in writing for television. Oh, he doesn't use those. When he wrote it down, IVE, no apostrophe.
Whoa.
DONT, no apostrophe. I isn't Isn't, no apostrophe.
I guess you don't need it if you're.
For the most part, though, these essays are
not gonna read
printed
it.
as broadcast. The writer doesn't have much stature in the visual arts, and being as I am a writer, that irritates me. The performers and producers get more of everything than the creators in most cases. Television writing in particular has been considered a second-class art form, and that's why so much of it isn't any good. Almost none of the good writers who have already been established themselves in print have turned to television. This is part of television's fault for not encouraging them and part their own fault. Some of them are afraid they don't know how to do it, and they hesitate to risk their reputations trying. Even within the television industry, writers tend to leave their work to become producers as if that was a higher calling. I don't use the subjunctive much writing for television. So a little, for the subjunctive fans.
Get their asses.
They get more power,
Andy.
more money, and they no longer have to make fools of themselves putting it down on paper where everyone can see it. If the normal law of supply and demand worked, there would be a lot more writers than there are. There are hundreds of producers, directors, publishers, editors, actors, and salesmen waiting for one writer to put something down on paper so that they can change it, duplicate it, and sell it. Hollywood and Broadway, and television in both places, are desperately in need of good writers. There are enough actors looking for work today to do all the plays, television productions, and movies that will be written for the next 50 years. Nonfiction writing in television is almost non-existent outside the hard news area. Even though more than half of the best-selling books and mass circulation magazines are nonfiction, commercial television has never given it much of a chance because network executives don't think it will attract a crowd. They are wrong, and they'll change their minds.
That's right. True crime.
You don't know Bob Forte and Jane Bradford, but
Everyone loves true crime now.
the three of us have worked together for 10 years. They are important to the things I've done, and I'd feel terrible if their names weren't somewhere in this book. Now I want to check my dictionary to see whether this is a preface, a foreword, or an introduction.
Damn. He's so coy.
Andrew A. Rooney.
He's so coy. Everything's nonfiction now. All the most popular shit is nonfiction.
Is it?
It's
Yeah,
all
that's true.
Competition shows and reality shows
Right.
and true crime.
But we were saying those are sort of a fiction. Competition shows are fiction.
Competition, yeah, I guess.
They're
so.
set in reality. Reality shows are fiction.
Great British Bake Off?
Fiction.
That's not fiction.
Why are they being so nice?
Because they're British.
It's fake.
They're British.
It's fake.
They're
British people are mean.
culturally polite.
British people are mean. Ask the Africans.
Whoa, okay. Well,
Mic drop.
you did drop your mic. Fair enough. But true crime, we can just have true, give me that. Nonfiction writing and television.
True crime.
Yes.
I was thinking of True Detective.
No, I'm talking about the genre of true crime. Like, Lockup, that's nonfiction.
Right. None of those things have writing, though, Conrad. Like, the things you're saying aren't related to what he's describing.
But I was like writing for a. Okay, never mind.
He's talking about literally the thing only he does, where you write a little essay that's kind of, and then you say it into the camera.
And that's
It's
nonfiction.
kind of-
That's nonfiction writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like David Attenborough is nonfiction writing. Like Ken Burns nonfiction writing. Like if you're writing a narration for something,
Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
that's
that's
the
what I mean.
nonfiction writing.
Yeah.
There's very little of that in any reality show.
No, that's not. Okay. Never mind. It's a fucking. True crime has narrations, though.
Right.
And people write that.
Sure, man.
Surely you will give me this.
Right, but that's not like a show.
Lockup's not a show?
There's no narration in Lockup. Lockup's where they're at jail, right? Am I wrong about what Lockup is?
No.
Yeah. What's the tell me what the narration is in Lockup. I admit that
Cell
true
Block
crime.
C
yeah,
is the
there's-
most dangerous realm of the prison.
Yeah, that's not
It's the
what
most
Andy
dangerous
Rooney is
section.
referring to.
It houses all the
He would agree
lifers.
that is second rate. That is rightly described as second rate.
They call it the Green Mile. Second, yeah, it is second rate.
Rooney, you've done it again. All right, this is a chapter in the Andy Rooney book called Soap.
I went out and bought as many bars and cakes of soap as I could find in the local stores around me. Americans buy about 2 billion of them a year. 8 or 10 cakes for each one of us. Sorry. I've been to a couple countries where I doubt the whole population uses 8 or 10 cakes a year. Nasty American thing to say, isn't it? This is you kind of got to imagine when he looks to that diagonal camera. You know, because he's got 2 cameras in his thing, and he's like, nasty American thing to say, isn't it? Sorry, nasty American thing. You gotta that's when he would do it.
He's like, the woke police will get me for this one.
Yeah. The woke police. The most expensive one I found was Bronley. It's soap in a little sponge pillow. It was $7.50. I can't wait until I submit an expense account and the money people at CVS see this. 1 cake of soap, $7.50. Chanel No. 5 hand soap, it says. Wouldn't want to get any of it on your face, I guess. Guerlain's. They make perfume, too. I don't like perfumed soap. Soap, like people, shouldn't smell like anything. If soap smells too much, I figure they're hiding something. A lot of the expensive ones sound like something to eat. Milk and honey. Contains milk proteins and pure honey. You wouldn't want to wash up with impure honey.
You wouldn't want to wash up with impure honey.
Oatmeal. Victorian herb soap. Soap or soup?
Get them.
Soap made of lettuce juice, it says. Lettuce juice is calmative to rough skin. This one combines the natural smoothness of avocado with the goodness of honey.
Yeah, this is funny because now I'm imagining him holding up all these soaps.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he would just be literally the stuff he says while he's holding up all the soaps.
Yeah, he's definitely got them all on his desk. Cucumber and glycerin. I guess of all the things I'd least want to wash up with, it would be cucumber. Here's one that looks like a lemon. This is so... Oh, man. Cocoa butter. Pears. I know pears. It's transparent. In case you want to see through your soap.
I do.
I suppose if you were washing someone else's back.
Whoa.
Nice. These are all the exotic soaps, of course. The expensive ones that not many of us use. They're too expensive for us. The ones most of us use are Dial, Lux, Camay, Dove, Palmolive. I know which the bestseller is. I don't know which the bestseller is. Crucial word omission. I'm so sorry about that. I apologize deeply. I don't have much complaint with American soaps. Any one of them. Oh, I have a few complaints. Okay. For one thing... Okay, all right, interesting. For one thing... Most of its lifetime, a cake of soap is too small. I brought one in from the house. It's not a cake at all. It's more like a thin cookie. It's not only too small, it's sharp around the edges. No one wants sharp soap. The fact is, a cake of soap is only at its best for 2 or 3 days, while you can still feel the letters on it. I'd like to be rich enough to throw soap away after the letters are worn off. Hell yeah. People don't even know what that's about anymore.
Bro, you got that 60 Minutes money, though.
People these days don't even know what that's about. Throwing soap when the letter's worn off.
I use liquid soap. Some of us use liquid soap. Some of us have a big pump of liquid soap.
He doesn't mention liquid soap.
Well, that's, we live in the future where we have futuristic soaps.
Right. Maybe one day soap could be in liquid form, and you could drink it. A lot of these are different colors, too. They're green and brown. Soap should be white. All right, Andy. Soap should be white. Dishes, underwear, and soap should all be white.
Nice. That's smart, yeah. Dishes, I like a white dish.
Oh.
What color dish do you want?
I don't know, like yellow?
Yellow.
Or like clay? I want a clay plate.
You want a clay plate?
Yeah.
An unfinished clay plate?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Yeah, like reddish brown.
Terracotta plate?
Wet, yeah.
Right, okay.
Clay. You ever eat off clay?
I don't know.
It's nice. When a person takes a shower and looks down, he doesn't want to see a lot of colors running off of him. And that is just one last comment. Are the soap manufacturers paying off the people who build soap dishes in the showers? Damn. If they aren't, how come the soap holders are always placed so they take a direct hit from the shower water? Then, for the rest of the day, the soap just sits there dissolving in a puddle of water.
Boom. Boom.
And how about slippery too, you soap makers? You make it slippery on purpose, so we'll drop it in the water, don't you? Huh? That's the end.
Wow. I don't. The slippery thing, he's joking, right? Is there?
How about slippery? Yeah, it's the last. I mean,
But that's a joke, right?
It's definitely a joke.
Okay. But I mean, not a joke that he thinks is true. A joke that he thinks is fake.
About the
The slipperiness. The slipperiness part. Because the other part does make.
Why
sense.
is it slippery?
Because that's how soap is.
Well, what
It needs to be slippery so you can rub it on your body.
the germs can slip off.
Yeah, that's the idea of soap, I think. Polarity.
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 Yeah.
I feel like the slipperiness is
Yeah, he's just playing.
He's
He's
just
doing
joking.
a joke.
He's a
joke where he's pretending he's a dumb guy.
He's joking.
It's the thing we all love to do.
I was like, maybe that is true.
And it's
maybe
too
it is.
slippery.
Maybe it is too slippery.
That didn't pick up. Did that pick up?
A little bit.
Everyone
Damn it.
picked it up. And this book is actually 3 books, so I'm not going to read the preface from
Trying
each
to do
book.
it away. I can't control my body.
It's like you gotta put it over here.
My body is changing. I gotta go like that.
Yeah.
I gotta go like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
So a thing I like
Okay.
about Andy Rooney that I think is under described is that he's like anti-corporate.
Yeah.
I like that he hates corporations.
It's pretty
Hell
cool.
yeah.
He's like, all these companies are terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's called advertising.
He's not afraid to say it.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to say what we're all.
Pretty much everybody else is
thinking.
scared
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
pay for all the TV.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, my grandfather told me when I was a small boy that if a product was any good, they shouldn't have to advertise it. I believed my grandfather at the time. But then years later, my mother said that when she was a little girl, he had told her that they'd never be able to build an automobile that would go up a hill. So I never knew whether to believe my grandfather or not. Like so many things, I've really never made up my mind about advertising. I know all the arguments for it and against it, but the one thing I'm sure of is that there ought to be some sanctuaries, some places we're safe from being advertised at. There ought to be some places, some open spaces left in the world without any advertising on it. Some pieces of paper, some painted surfaces that aren't covered with entreaties for us to buy something. Advertising doesn't belong on license plates, for instance. Of the 50 states, 27 of them have slogans trying to sell themselves to the rest of us.
Yeah, some of them have websites now.
It's offensive and wrong.
Have you seen that?
It's offensive and wrong.
I think so too. The Tennessee one, for one
Tennessee.com?
example, it's got like, tnvacations.com.
Weird. The license plate has an important
license
function, and it's a cheap trick to tack on something else onto
It's
it.
a cheap trick. That's exactly what I thought when I saw that.
Most of the legends the states put on aren't true anyway.
Whoa.
Question
Suck it.
everything, kids.
Question everything. There's a
Rhode
war.
Island, for instance, says it's the ocean state. There are 15 states with more ocean than Rhode Island has.
Suck it.
If they want to say something on their plate, why don't they explain why they call Rhode Island road an island when it isn't one?
Got him. Why do you drive in the fucking parkway?
Florida
in Rhode
says
Island?
it's the sunshine state. I like Florida, but why don't they say that Miami has more rain than any city in the whole United States except for Mobile, Alabama?
Is that's what the fuck is this? That's not true.
If you're next to the ocean, I feel like it would rain so much.
Maybe, yeah. But it's Miami.
Right, but there's like, I think it's like by inches, maybe not days raining. So it's like when it rains
Sure.
really hard. I don't know.
That's a good
Has
annoying
more
fun
rain
fact.
than any city.
That's
More
a
rain.
Good, that's a good annoying fun fact.
Yeah.
It actually rains the most in Miami. Where do you think it rains the most in America? Oh, Seattle? That's funny. That's
Idiot.
cute.
I think they have the most cloudy days.
It's actually
you know what I
Miami.
mean? But Miami gets the most rain.
That's funny.
I bet that's how you can
That
reconnoiter
sucks.
the stats. North Carolina says it's first in freedom. It doesn't say anywhere on the license plate who they think is second in freedom. South Carolina?
Got it.
Michigan?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we have pictures of the license plates.
Hell yes.
Wow. Connecticut says it's the Constitution state. I called the License Bureau in Connecticut, and no one there could tell me why they call it the Constitution state. Connecticut is not the Constitution state, of course. Pennsylvania is the Constitution state. And
And
Pennsylvania...
it was written in Connecticut.
And Pennsylvania calls itself the Keystone State.
Yeah.
Does
hell yeah.
anyone really care?
Does anyone even care?
Does anyone really care is what he wrote. That's
Damn.
funny, yeah.
That's awesome.
I think, I bet Connecticut's called the Constitution State because it had the most signers or something. That's my
Yeah,
guess.
definitely.
New Hampshire, Maine says...
Connecticut didn't have zero part.
Right.
In the
Maine says it's vacation land.
Whatever.
How would you like to drive a garbage truck for 8 hours in Augusta with a sign hanging on the back that says vacation land?
That's funny. I wish I thought of that.
New Hampshire plates carry the pretentious legend, live free or die. Some religious organization that apparently wasn't willing to die if they couldn't be free objected and taped over all those words on all their license plates. The state said this was illegal, and the case went to the Supreme Court. The court ruled that the religious order did have the right to block out those words. New Hampshire would have saved us all a lot of time and money if they'd never put them on there in the fucking first place. I added the fucking. Would have saved us some money.
Yeah.
It would be cool if he swore. No, he didn't curse.
Oh.
I said it immediately. I
Man,
said
that would
it's
have been
not.
awesome.
Yeah, it is. These are good if you swear. You can just turn it into stand-up comedy by Bill Burr if you
Yeah,
swear.
for sure.
New Mexico calls itself Land of Enchantment. This is not the kind of slogan that gets the work of the world done. Hawaii says it's the Aloha state. Hawaii ought to get over its palm tree mentality, and removing aloha from its plates would be a good start.
Don't be mean to Hawaii.
They got to get over their palm tree mentality, man.
What the fuck?
What a sensible state would want to
Palm
conjure?
tree
What sensible
mentality.
state would want to conjure up a picture of dancing girls draping flower ropes over the necks of visitors every time anyone thought about it?
Hawaii.
No. Wisconsin, America's dairyland. Never mind that. Wisconsin, if you're dairyland, why don't you tell us on your license plates whatever happened to heavy cream?
That's oh man.
That's the kind of stuff we'd like to
Point
read about
after
when we're
point.
driving along
Good
behind a
point
car
after
from
good
your
point.
ass state.
Yeah. Fuck you.
There's
Fuck
no
you,
swears.
Wisconsin.
There's no swears in the book. And then Idaho. How would you like to work hard, save your money, and decide when the kids are educated and the house paid for to buy yourself a Mercedes-Benz? You plunk down your $28,000, the dealer screws on the license plate, and there, with your dream car, you drive away, and affixed to the bumper is the sign that says, Famous Potatoes.
That's awesome.
How many Mercedes-Benz dealerships do you think there are in Idaho?
In Idaho?
2, maybe 2. I don't think there were any at the
4.
time. I
4.
wouldn't think there were that many at the time.
Maybe that's why it's funny.
When they were $28,000.
It's probably humorous to mention a Mercedes-Benz dealership in Idaho.
maybe. If a state is any good,
Fancy that, you know?
if a state is any good, I can imagine my grandfather would have said, it shouldn't have to advertise. License plate advertising is a small part of what we're faced with when we're driving. On the highways, trucks are turned into rolling billboards. The companies that own them look on it as easy advertising, too cheap to pass up on. On major highways, the commercials come along more often than on a late-night television movie. On city streets, the billboards on Coca-Cola and Pepsi trucks are often double parked while the driver makes deliveries. In most cities now, taxis and buses carry advertising.
Bussies.
Bussies. When you're paying $1.50 a mile, you shouldn't have to carry a sign pushing cigarettes. In California, there's a company called Beetleboards. What Beetleboards will do for you is paint your Volkswagen, apply a commercial motif from a sponsor who is paying for them, and pay you $20 a month to drive it around.
Would you do that if you had a Beetle?
And if you can probably not. It seems bad.
$20 a month?
Right. Maybe if it was adjusted for inflation now, but
Yeah.
and if you can understand businesses advertising their products on our roads, how do you account for the private citizens who use the back end of their cars to tell us about themselves or about some private campaign of theirs? A typical car or van in a parking lot outside a tourist attraction in Washington, D.C. will announce through the decals attached to it somewhere that the owner is insured by Allstate, boosts the Northern Virginia Ramparts, a team of some sort, I guess, is against forest fires because he has a little Smokey the Bear stuck on his car, gives to the International Convention of Police Chiefs, and believes in God because his bumper sticker tells us so. If someone has to take pride in having people know what insurance company gets his money, he's in trouble for things to be proud of.
I love bumper sticker culture.
A third of the cars on the road have reading matter stuck to them somewhere, trying to sell the rest of us a place, an opinion, or a way of life. Sometimes it looks as though half the cars in the United States have been to a roadside stand in South Carolina called South of the Border, and for some reason the entrepreneurs who have made tourist attractions out of caves love to slap "Visit Secret Caverns" on visitors' bumpers. One of the most incredible commercial coups of the last century has been pulled off by the designers who have conned women into thinking it's chic to wear a piece of apparel on which the maker's name is printed as a part of the design.
True.
Don't look at what Conrad's wearing. No one look at anything that Conrad is wearing at any
I'm not
point in
wearing-
time.
I'm
Never look at any picture of Conrad.
Literally covered in brands right now.
Conrad's Mr. Brand.
I'm wearing a Chainsaw brand hoodie.
Me and Union
Steel?
are brandless.
Wearing a Still brand hoodie, Academy Sports and Outdoors hat, Adidas 3-stripe sandals. This is embarrassing.
Do they say Adidas?
No,
Oh, they
they-
do. No, they do on the side. Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm covered in names.
Yeah.
Book
Mine
fall.
I just have the croc. I have the croc symbol.
I got.
Oh, you got the UT.
UT.
Oh.
That's all.
What are you trying to sell us?
That's all we wear.
And what are you trying to sell us with that shirt?
Well, it's like nowadays, it's like funny to wear a shirt for
Right, yeah,
a
yeah,
company
yeah.
that's like dumb.
Yeah.
What's a point?
I just like wearing.
No, it's like Andy Rooney doesn't understand what it's like to be cool.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very clear.
I wear all this stuff because I'm cool.
Right.
This was totally on purpose
You're very cool.
and cool.
Well, your wife is cool, and she married you because you're cool, I think, Conrad.
Whoa.
I like getting offended.
You think my wife's cool?
His wife is objectively very cool.
Yeah.
Um,
She's very cool.
only in an objective manner. The French luggage maker Louis Vuitton may have started
As
the
an
trend.
object, she is cool. She is. If she was an object, she would be a cool
Right.
object, like
Subjectively,
like a
anybody can
sword
think-
or like a pair of night vision
Yeah.
goggles, like something cool.
Very cool.
I think if she was an object, she'd be smart, like a phone.
She would be a tablet for sure.
Tablet, supercomputer.
She's an iPad.
Right.
You know, in terms of how iPads aren't useful.
Probably
Never mind.
stained glass window.
She's like a like a dove
Favorite
flying,
objects.
flying
Objects to
incredible
equate
heights.
women to.
Beautiful heights, birds flying up
Wine
to
glass.
immense heights. A cup.
A beautiful chalice.
A beautiful chalice. a lovely bouquet. A bouquet of roses.
Right.
A beautiful rose bush. A field.
The French luggage maker Louis Vuitton may have started the trend when he made the brown LV, the only design on his product, but the women's fashion designers have taken it over. Bill Blass makes towels with his name all over them. Why would anyone want to take a shower and buff themselves dry on a piece of cloth bearing Bill Blass's name? It has
Bill
ass.
Blass.
It has ass in it, Andy.
Yeah.
Part of it is it has ass. in it.
Yeah. It's funny.
Why would a woman go around with the name Bloomies on the seat of her underpants? Is there something I don't understand here?
Why are you reading women's underwear?
Is there something I don't understand here?
Yeah, what you don't understand is women have pants and you don't need to read the underwear.
Whoa, it's
Why
not
are you-
for you to
Why
read.
are you reading the underwear,
Right.
Andy? What do you get out of the women's underwear section?
Right. Why would I or anyone else want to lay me down to sleep with my head on a pillowcase embossed with the signature of Yves Saint Laurent?
What?
Why would I or anyone else want to lay me down to sleep with my head on a pillowcase embossed with the signature of Yves Saint Laurent? The first time I remember seeing a designer's name on something was the name Poochie.
Poochie.
I'm trying to do a Jack Nicholson. Poochie.
Poochie.
Poochie. I had a dog. His name was Poochie. It seemed amusing enough, but now
The
they're
worst
all
Jack
doing
Nicholson
it.
I've ever heard.
Poochie. His name is Poochie. But it's because there's
I
the
like-
one where he
it's
says
funny.
poopies.
Poopies?
He's like, there was this place we all used to go to on the strip called Poopies.
Where was the, what
It's
movie
it's
is
an interview. It's an interview, and there's a Twitter, and it's just this clip, and it's like Poopies on the strip. That's why I thought of Poochie.
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 It's pretty good.
Poochie on
I
the
didn't
strip.
know. Go check those videos out.
Yeah, look up Poopies on the strip, Jack Nicholson. There's a nice little place called Poopies.
I mean, it's making me laugh every
It's
time.
great, yeah.
I'm having fun.
It seemed amusing enough, but now they're all doing it. Halston, Calvin Klein, and Diane von Furstenberg must all be wonderfully famous and talented, but if I buy anything of theirs, I'd prefer it to have it anonymous. If I got a scarf with Diane von Furstenberg's name on it, which is unlikely, my first inclination would be to send it to the cleaners to have them try to get it out. The name. The advertisers are coming at us from all directions all the time. If we were deer, a closed season would be declared on us to protect an endangered species.
Damn.
It just seems wrong to me that we're spending more time and money trying to sell some things than we're making them in the first place.
Whoa.
I'm an all-American consumer, but
I say that all
there
the
are
time,
just
dude.
certain times and places I don't want to be sold anything.
Yeah, man. Also, the time spent marketing.
Wasn't as potent as I thought it would be.
Time spent marketing greater than time spent producing the thing is like,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That one was pretty good.
I don't know. Yeah. Andy's.
It wasn't as
what?
yours was
Snarky?
pretty good. Yours was better. I feel like this one I was like,
wanted to be more
I wanted him to
snarky?
cut into these dudes more.
Yeah.
But he's being a little bitch sometimes.
Well, he's
but
still a CBS employee,
yeah,
so he's got to be a CBS employee.
it was a lot about the license plates.
I like the license plates.
Yeah,
though.
the thing about
I don't agree with it
the
at
lawyer.
all. I think it's a stupid ass point, but
Right,
I liked it.
it's funny.
It's the dumbest take I've ever heard, but it's cool. It's pretty chill.
Do you think he subscribes to these takes, or he's just?
I think he's just trying to think of like what's the most curmudgeonly angle that I can have.
Right.
Right.
Like what's the most
He's
most
pissed.
possible pissed old man
He's pissed.
angle that I can
You don't
do.
think he's pissed?
No, I think he is pissed about stuff, but I don't
Because I'm
think-
pissed.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pissed about both those things that we've read the things about. Soap and
Yeah.
advertising.
Being advertised to.
But yeah, I guess I just have different angles on it. You know what I mean?
So
It's just his
He
angles.
he zooms way in and just talks
Right.
about license plates. But yeah, where is it? Where are places where we aren't advertised to?
the church.
The church.
The churchyard.
The churchyard. Jail.
Jail. No, there's lots of advertising. It's mostly advertising. They just watch
You're
videos.
advertising?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you watch TV all the time.
No, it's just ads.
Just
Just
commercials?
ads. Yeah, and you don't. It's their job.
The woods.
Do you want to
No
read this one
ads.
called "It's Only a Plate"?
It's only a plate.
It's only a plate.
It's only a plate. Yeah, sure.
Because it's funny because it's like this Andy Rooney stuff. It does have that like
Room dog.
it's sort of like tapping into this sort of the same thing that Trump taps into some of the time,
Just
where it's just like
freestyle.
everything sucks now.
Yeah.
They don't make anything good anymore.
It used to be nice. Things
We
used
make
to be
stuff in
nice, now they're
America
not.
is great.
Things used to be nice, now they're not nice. Do I grieve for an icebox? I do. What? Do I grieve for an icebox? I do. We're about to buy a new refrigerator, which I still tend to call the icebox.
Nice.
And I feel good and bad about it. We need
Should
a
we do
new
that?
one.
Should we be iceboxers?
No.
The icebox.
The icebox.
I call it. I like icebox pie.
Icebox pie?
It's like chocolate pie you put in the fridge.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I like that too.
Cook it in the fridge.
We should cook some pie in the fridge. He calls it the icebox and he feels good and bad about it. We need a new one and it's going to be more convenient, but I hate getting rid of the old one. It's been such a dependable friend in my time of need to eat. I just know nothing good is going to come to it when the dealer delivers the new one and takes the old one away. He'll probably take a few parts off it and just dump the rest of it somewhere. It seems so ungrateful of me. I'm in the same predicament because I have a broken fridge in the garage that I need
Nice.
to do something with.
When I lived in Nacogdoches, I got a new fridge, but then they just like left the old fridge outside my place for like a long time. And they were like, oh, yeah, someone come and pick it up. And then they kind of did it for a while.
Yeah.
And then one morning I'm just like chilling. And then this dude knocks on my door, and it's just this like black dude. And he's like, hey, can I have that fridge like for scrap? And I was like, yeah, man, take it.
Yeah.
And so he just like took it.
Yeah, I want to.
So just leave it outside and try to get someone to take it.
No, I want to sell it for scrap.
Right.
But it's because I heard there's like valuable shit in there. There's
Right.
like compressors and coils and
Right.
all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, I don't see myself really as a scrapper. I'm mostly a scrapper's friend.
I would love to scrap.
Right, but you need expertise, which
I
you don't
yeah,
have.
I don't have that.
You need
Well, I
to
want to
develop
sell
these
it to
expertise.
somebody to take to scrap it. There's
Nice.
people who buy scrap.
Right.
I know that. I know that for a fact. I used to work at an auction company, and we would take out. It was like when big places went out of business, and so
Scrap.
yeah, we would see what we could auction and then some scrap stuff. Yeah. But anyway, what was I talking about? The icebox.
Icebox.
The fucking icebox. I was sitting in the kitchen last night looking around. It's changing gradually from the kitchen it was when the kids were growing up. The table I made
Shit.
The table I made that we all ate at thousands of times has been replaced.
Fuck.
Damn.
Conrad was about to make a table.
Damn.
Oh no, Andy Rooney loves woodworking. Did you know that?
No.
He's a huge woodworker.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he's on the cover of Woodworking Magazine. You got to get the. I saw the cover is good. You got to get that copy.
I do need that frame.
If anybody has that, send it.
Send
in.
it, email it.
Email it to us. We'll give you the PO box.
I hated to see that go too. It's the kind of progress I don't appreciate. Now the kitchen is in for another big change when that icebox goes. I'll bet the new one won't have as satisfying a sound when you open and close it. This is depressing. New refrigerators have more of a sneaky sound when they open and close. I like a refrigerator door that closes with a solid, reassuring bang. I want a loud
He's like, I
ass.
like my shitty refrigerator.
My loud, shitty refrigerator.
My refrigerator was shitty, and I liked it. Okay.
I like the sound of this old one. I like the sound this old one has because I associate it with all the good food that came out of it. But I didn't set out here to write of iceboxes. The question in my mind is whether or not we should be sentimental about inanimate objects. I am incurably so. I feel terrible when I trade in a car I've liked. I even hate to throw out a comfortable old pair of pajamas that are ripped or buttonless or in some way too disreputable to wear, even in the privacy of bed.
Disreputable.
I'm the same way about underwear. I don't ever throw away underwear.
Oh yeah, I just got some new ones, and I don't.
It doesn't make
I don't know how I'm
sense.
going to phase out those old ones.
Why would I? Yeah.
But yeah, once there's a huge hole in it, I have been throwing them away.
Yeah, I think the underwear I'm wearing right now has holes. I just don't know when to throw. I don't know when the time is right. Mostly when
there's a hole.
When my wife yells. When
There's
she's
a hole.
like, you need to throw those away. I'll go, all right, fine. But yeah, when there's a hole. But then when there's a hole, I'm like,
so funny. You're going, and how could anyone know?
yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
just like, when there's a hole.
That's how I rationalize the hole.
When
It's
there's
like,
a hole.
It's just one hole.
There's one hole.
The weight, it's all, they still work.
Yeah,
They
it's a little
separate-
hole, but yeah, it's gonna get way
If
bigger.
it separates my genitals from my pants, then that's.
But what about
really-
that hole? It's
The
gonna
hole is in
get-
the back. I don't care about the hole
It's
in the
gonna
back.
go through your butt cheek, though. It's gonna touch your butt cheek and your
That's
pants.
fine.
Your
It's
pants and your
supposed
butt
to just
cheek.
My
are gonna-
zipper. I have to separate my zipper, the metal zipper in my pants, from my penis,
Right.
which
What
is the
about all your
point of
butt?
underwear.
Is it?
I don't know what the point of underwear is besides.
I think
that.
you get them all sweaty, so then your pants don't get sweaty, like socks.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
I don't know.
That
But
was
so
my
if there's a
guess.
hole in it, like,
My
what's
guess.
the problem? If you're just gonna sweat in it anyway, it's already supposed to be fucked up and gross.
Right.
Just have a hole, right?
You gotta let
Is
things
this
go
just me?
sometimes. You gotta let things go sometimes. Cody.
Yeah. All right.
That's what Andy's gonna learn in the story.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll let it go. Like this, like Andy's icebox. I'll let it go.
You can still mourn it. We don't want you. We still want you to mourn these underwear, Conrad. Don't
Yeah.
do it in your own time.
Thanks, man. That means a lot.
I'm good at letting go because I only wear diapers.
I just got underwear and it was like 10 pairs and it was like $20.
That's
and I was
awesome.
like, I should buy
You should
some
get new
all the
underwear
time.
every week. Every week. Because if I'm gonna get new underwear, I'm gonna get nice underwear all the time. Wear it once, throw it away.
Get it all.
Oh, when I went on vacation with my parents and all their old friends from church, we went on like a group trip to Europe, and there was this guy, and we did like a Q&A before where we all met up, and we were like, what kind of shirts are you guys packing and stuff like that, and this one guy was like, I'm on a disposable underwear plan. He's like, I just went to Costco, I bought a bunch of underwear, and I'm just going to be throwing them away at every place we go to. And everyone's like, wow, thank you for telling us.
Oh my god.
It's so funny to it's like funny to do, and then funny to tell a whole room of people.
That's so cool.
It's badass.
I'm on a disposable underwear plan.
Yeah. How would you get room for souvenirs?
Underwear doesn't cost. Underwear is, I guess, cheap. Being sentimental, whatever. I'm gonna be thinking about that a lot. That's really.
You gotta ride an Andy Rooney underwear.
I really want.
Some people like underwear. I
really,
haven't really thought about it
I
until
like
now.
the disposable underwear idea. Being sentimental about a car
Those are
or a pair of
diapers.
pajamas.
You're describing diapers, kind of.
But I don't shit in them. It's like if I don't shit in them.
It's just a diaper. I don't shit it.
It's a diaper.
It's just for me to be
It's a
comfortable.
shitless diaper. It's
No, I don't shit in the diaper. No, where are you guys going? I don't shit in the diaper. I don't shit in it.
I'm just wearing it. I don't go to the bathroom in it. I just throw it away.
I put it down.
I'm not going to the bathroom in it.
Just reminds me of the last time I was happy.
Oh no. If we all pissed our pants together, it would kind of be like nobody did it.
Yeah.
You know? It would kind of be like nobody pissed our pants. What do you mean? What do you mean? Being sentimental about a car or a pair of pajamas or a refrigerator is ridiculous, and I know it, but I can't help myself. I have this irrational notion that the refrigerator has feelings and will be hurt when I cast it aside after it's given me 17 years of good service. Toy Story. It will want to know when it. Are you saying Toy Story?
Yeah.
Is this just a refrigerator? Just Buzz and Woody going to talk to the
But the Pixar guys are watching this in 1992, being like,
refrigerator.
"Oh, dang,
talks.
what if my toys were sad?
Well, this is Brave Little Toaster.
What if my toys got all
Brave
sad?"
Little fucking Toaster.
Oh, true. I never seen that. I gotta watch it.
It's about appliances.
I've heard it's so sad. I've already heard it's
Toy
really
Story
sad.
with appliances. Yeah, it's like skips straight
Fucked
to
up.
Toy
Yeah.
Story 3.
The part where they all die.
Fuck. I hate stuttering.
Just like our president.
Call me Sleepy Joe. I could be president. I stutter.
Conrad's Irish Catholic and the stutterer.
I like ice cream. I have this irrational notion that the refrigerator has feelings. I already read that. It will want to know what it's done wrong to deserve ending up in the dump. The car I drive for 91,000 miles before I trade it in will be heartbroken at being turned over to a new owner who will abuse it. Some inanimate objects don't get me at all. That's lucky. For instance, I retired a television set from the living room about a year ago and felt nothing for it. It was 10 years old and we'd watched a lot of good and bad shows on it, but somehow it never earned my affection. It was just a piece of equipment. Why is he so cool with the television? He doesn't have any attachment to the television.
Part
Yeah,
of it is
crazy.
Conrad, is just that he's real.
Yeah,
He's just
so
keeping it real, which is alarming for us in our society nowadays, where literally no one keeps it real.
Post-reality, yeah. Wow. Yeah, man.
He's
it's really
inconsistent and
refreshing.
imperfect.
It's
Yeah.
just exhilarating and compelling, yeah.
My mother came to grips with this, and she licked any tendency she had to be sentimental about things. She knew that over a lifetime, it was just too sad. Losing people was all the sadness she needed. I remember one night in our house, a guest was trying to help with the dishes. As the guest was rinsing a small old platter under running water, she hit the platter against the faucet, and it cracked cleanly in two. While my mother was dismissing the broken platter as being of no importance at all, in order to make the guest feel better about having broken it, I quietly put the pieces on a shelf. I always think I can mend a plate. Me too. Later, after the guest had gone, I saw
Andy Rooney.
I saw Mother. He really is kind of an inspiration. I saw his shit and I was like, whoa, I could do this.
I gotta pull up the woodworking pictures. Because he made his desk.
saw Mother-
He made his desk. I don't know if you heard me say
I like that.
You know the desk he sits at?
Yeah.
He made that desk.
I saw Mother looking at the 2 pieces, and I asked her about it. Yes, Mother said. Bessie gave that plate to your dad, and Bessie gave that plate to your dad and me when we married. I've had it for 45 years. She paused for just one brief, sad beat, I thought, and then she threw both pieces in the wastebasket and said, but it's only a plate. I hope I'm not around the house when the men come to take the old refrigerator away, though. I don't think I could stand it. And the truckers would think it was pretty strange to see a grown man standing around with tears in his eyes as they carried out a tired 17-year-old icebox. Yeah, man, I identify with this guy so much. Yeah, hell
I'm showing
yeah.
Conrad a picture of Andy Rooney with all of his fine tables he's made.
He's got all
in
of
a
his
field that
beautiful
he's sitting
tables
among
in some grass.
his fine tables.
Yeah, I like this guy. I like his shit. I like the cut of his jib.
Right.
Read A New Kitchen.
We haven't read the...
Read A New Kitchen.
Oh, yeah, Conrad does have a new kitchen.
Close it out with A New Kitchen. I have a new kitchen. It's perfect. Thematically, it's perfect.
A new kitchen.
Oh
For
my
several
gosh.
years now, I've tried to keep my wife from
Fucking
talking
flies.
about buying a new house by heaping unnecessarily lavish praise on her for something like the new curtains she bought for the living room or the wallpaper in the front hall. That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart. The praise I gave her for the new carpet she had put down in the twins' room apparently wasn't excessive enough, because within just a few days, she started talking about moving or having the kitchen done over. While I hate to encourage her by giving in every time in these negotiating procedures, I am pleased to announce we are having the kitchen done over. My wife says we don't have enough cupboard space in the kitchen, but I know for sure this is an illusion. Whether a kitchen cupboard, a file cabinet, or a clothes closet overflows depends more on the person putting things into it than on its size. So true.
It's very true.
So true.
Very true.
But, yes, dear, we'll get new cabinets. Anything but move.
Anything but move.
Yeah, anything but move.
True.
yeah.
Moving sucks.
So they're going to tear out the old cabinets and replace the stove, which they call the range. They're going to rearrange the lighting, do over the electrical wiring, and, of course, put down a new floor. The floor isn't level enough to put one down, So first they'll have to take the old one up. I figure if I'm lucky, this new kitchen isn't going to cost me much more than twice what the house cost in the first place.
Nice.
If the president was doing as much for the unemployed as my wife
Hilarious.
is, the country would be a lot better off.
New kitchens have always been expensive.
Last weekend, we spent both Saturday and Sunday taking everything out of the kitchen. I don't mean almost everything. I mean everything. We spent 12 hours each day arguing about what to keep and what to throw out. I lost my last argument at 11 p.m. Sunday night when I wanted to keep 10 of those little pink birthday cake candle holders that I found drifting around in the back of the drawer. You don't realize how much stuff piles up in those drawers, cabinets, and closets in the kitchen. Some of the work of emptying them out and finding places to put the stuff temporarily was useful and satisfying. When you discover that you have 3 bottles of vinegar, each partly used, it's a great feeling to consolidate the vinegar into 2 bottles and throw out the empty one. We threw out dozens of bottles, cans, and jars emptied through the process of consolidation. That's smart. I've never thought about that.
Consolidating?
Yeah, I guess...
I never do it.
Right. I feel like they
I just
lie
have
to
to
us
do-
about it being expired nowadays, though. Where
I
they're
don't.
like,
I legit do not believe a single expiration date that I see.
Whoa.
Like I smell things, and if it smells off,
Nice. I bet Andy Rooney has a good expiration date thing. That's
I
such
bet
a
he
good-
also doesn't believe in them.
He knows that that's a scam. Yeah.
Like pickles, they don't expire.
Right.
They're pickled.
I made several decisions that would have shocked any good cook and didn't even tell my wife what I was doing.
He thinks he's such like a
He's a renegade.
yeah. I like the fake renegade.
He's on
stuff.
one.
Like, yeah, he's so crazy. I didn't even tell
But
my
it's just
wife.
lying to your wife.
not telling
like
my
not
wife.
even like he did. Like he's just lying about not.
He definitely didn't lie to his wife about anything. Yeah.
For instance, I poured a quarter of a bottle of relatively inexpensive corn oil into a bottle of expensive virgin olive oil that was more than half full.
Dude.
I mixed a small amount of marmalade.
evil.
Yeah, we should execute this guy.
Execute him.
I mixed a small amount of marmalade in with some apricot jam.
Oh my god, this guy's fucking on one.
My wife kept saying I wouldn't throw anything out, but she was wrong. I threw out a bottle that had more than 2 inches of ketchup in it because we seldom use ketchup, and she says I won't throw anything out.
I do that. I'll do that sometime.
It wasn't one of the outstanding experiences of our married life, but we know now that we have 14 cans of tuna fish, 3 half-used boxes of soap pads, a bag of potatoes behind the sink that have begun to sprout, and more frozen leftovers in the freezer, which will shortly be disconnected. Then we'll ever be able to identify, let alone consume. For the time being, at least, I think I've bought myself another few months before the subject of moving comes up again.
Oh, dude. I wonder when that'll start. Because I just got
Because
this,
Conrad just moved, yeah.
I just got this house, and I'm like wondering when it'll be.
Right.
I'll be looking for a new
Immediately.
spot.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when I'll bring in the roommates.
Right.
That's when I'll bring in the roommates.
What are the roommates? Explain the roommates.
When I start feeling like I want to move.
Right. You're going to do what?
Rent the rooms out. Rent rooms.
Rent the rooms in your house?
Yeah, get roommates.
While you and your wife live there?
Yeah, me and my
Okay.
wife and my child. We're gonna have.
You're going to all live there?
We're just gonna get roommates. Just mix it up.
Yeah.
Just get a new
Yeah.
character.
Sort of an Uncle Joey, Uncle Jesse
I need
situation.
I'm kind of really excited about having, because the reality is her parents are gonna live with us eventually
Right.
in the future.
Of course. La Familia.
They're gonna have to. That's just how it is. So like we're already gonna have a full house type situation.
Right.
And so maybe you or
The
someone- 'cause there's-
abuelitas, yeah.
You've got to be the Uncle Joey where
Exactly,
they're not
yeah.
related to anyone
Exactly.
at all.
I do fun ventriloquism.
Yeah, you're just working on bits all day.
Yeah.
And you live here.
And then I go and I substitute teach at school while Michelle's there, and I have to be mean to her. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you actually have to go to the principal's office.
Yeah.
It's not like at home.
I don't care if we're roommates. If you're a child and you're my roommate.
I don't care if you're.
I don't care if you're my child roommate.
I'm the teacher, so. How much time we done?
56.
Dude,
Should we just do some more?
I like that. I like closing on this one. It seems like a good
You
one.
want to close? Oh, casting out the books?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice.
just
But
seems like
he's
a
going to
good
be
one.
dumb, man. He's not going to get it. I have a sneaking suspicion he might not get
It's
it.
gonna be the same amount of, same level of intelligence if like I wrote it.
Right. In the
Or you.
futile attempts we all make to tidy up our lives and our surroundings, nothing is more difficult than throwing out a book. I can't even bring myself to throw out a terrible book. I have all I can do to throw out a magazine. It has to be done, though, and I'm trying to develop some plan. I bet he has the magazines on his desk when he says that.
The big
He's
stack.
going to pat him. He pats them. You know what I mean? Because
He
I'm like,
looks
why
at
is he? He goes, yeah, because he goes, I have all I can. What does it mean? I have all I can do to throw out a magazine.
I have all I can do.
I don't know what that means. You know, I've never said stuff.
I think he's like he
I get
could
what
if
it
he wanted
means,
to.
but I've just never
Is that
heard
what it
any-
means that he could if
I
he
don't
wanted?
know. I'm just imagining him patting some magazines.
Yeah, he loves them.
At about age 40, each of us should resolve to throw away or give away one book for each new book we acquire. There are books we will never
No.
part with and shouldn't.
No.
But it says at age 40, which we are not at.
You should have a massive library when you die.
Well, part of it is we're going to have such a big library that once we hit age 40, then you should maintain that. Might be a good rule. But
You
you
shouldn't
should just
keep
buy
growing
thousands
it.
of books before you get
Maintain the massive. Don't try to grow it past.
right. Then you start giving them out. I give
don't
away
know.
a lot of books.
I like
a lot
the
of my
idea-
best books I don't have anymore.
You've given me a lot of books, and giving books does feel good.
Yeah.
It feels
But
pretty.
it is a thing where it's just like, I don't want this.
I'm just not gonna. I don't give a shit.
You'll like this.
Yeah.
Um,
You'll like it. I don't want.
but it is also if you've already read it, it's like I've read it and no
just
one will
make it-
talk to me about this. Like, can you please read it?
Yeah.
So
Book clubs.
it's
You're
kind of
talking
like a
about
book club. But no, I've already read it and I'm not gonna read it at the same time as you. I'm just giving you this.
Just,
you
and
can
then just
read it.
wait till they read
Yeah,
it and be like, "Did
you
you read
wait.
that?"
Yeah.
That
Okay.
doesn't sound bad.
There are books we will never there are books we will never part with and shouldn't. If you've read and liked a book and taken a little of it into your life, you should keep it forever. That's not what I said. Literally, the antithesis of what I just said.
No.
It doesn't take up much room. It's attractive on the bookshelf. It doesn't take much dusting, and it provides evidence to visitors in your house that you're literate. Even though you may never actually take it down and read it again, the presence of its title staring out at you every day is a reminder of its contents. The books we should throw out are the junk books we acquire, and the books that were good in their time, but which have no value, lasting value. Andy, people might say that about your book.
Oh no.
Oh no, Andy. I bought your book at a thrift store for 50
Andy.
cents.
What does that say about you?
But yeah.
Is he alive?
No.
When did he die?
10 years ago, maybe?
Rest in peace. Today's the 10th anniversary.
Right before he got out. Before Trump, for sure.
Pre-Trump.
Yeah. Obama years.
He died the day he got elected, actually.
Yep.
He couldn't take the news.
No. I bet he'd like him. Even though you're... Okay, even though you may not... Oh, yeah. The
It'd be
books
his
we
job.
should throw away... Oh, the junk books, which have no lasting value. This includes most popular novels. No one reads a novel twice, and most of them are read as entertainment and diversion. Nothing that is merely entertaining and diverting is worth saving. Yikes. There are some serious
Not
problems
true.
when you get right down to what
Not
to
true.
throw out.
I have 2 PlayStation 3s. They are cherished. I cherish
need
these.
those.
I need these possessions.
I need multiple versions.
I need 2.
We
Don't ask why.
There are some serious problems when you get right down to what to throw out. We have some big, expensive, arty picture books that we never look at. They don't fit on our shelves, and we never look at them. But they cost so much I can't bring myself to ditch them, and they're hard to give away. No one else wants them either. Most of them were gifts in the first place.
Shit.
Volumes of old books, gilt-edged or bound in leather, are a problem. They look good on yourselves, but you've never read the collected works of Dickens and never will. Joke's on you, Andy. I'm reading it right now and I'm almost done. I'm just kidding.
Fucking bitch.
I might do it. I'm interested.
Dickens?
He's good. He's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how funny he was until
Should
I
we
was
all
like,
read Dickens?
I think it'd be really funny to read out loud for sure.
If we all did, we should all do a book club.
We're doing that. We're doing that right now. You're at it.
What?
You're at book club.
Nah.
You're at book club.
Did I tell you I found another book club podcast?
Dang, what do they do?
It's called How to Win the Lottery.
Whoa.
And they read a book and talk about it, and then they interview the author.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why is it called that?
It's called How to Win the Lottery.
Why is it called that?
I don't fucking know. I think it's like a funny title.
Okay.
They speed it up. They do this thing where they, like, when I'm talking, like if half my sentence took a little too long, it's like 1.5 speed, and you can
Whoa.
hear it. And they comb through every second of the audio, and like this needs to be said a little bit faster. Just an insane amount of editing.
Yeah.
Way too much editing.
Yeah. But we could have that too if everyone gave us a bunch of money.
If we, I don't think they have
If
a
you
bunch
guys
of money.
want that.
I think they think it makes the product better.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyways,
You can email us
But-
money at bookscrounge.
Send us
Yeah.
money via
Send
email.
us money. We love books. We don't want to read any books really by anybody who's alive though. So we're gonna have to do seances.
We're not doing books by people who are
I
alive.
know we can, but just generally, pretty
It's
much
kinda
none
cool.
of them have been.
Yeah. If we're gonna
If
keep
you've
to the
noticed
theme.
recently,
Well, you're telling me those 14th century Islamic
those guys
prophets?
are dead.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, they died.
The dick medicine guys?
Yeah, he
They're
died,
dead.
yeah.
Shit.
He's dead.
What does that say about the dick medicine? Huh?
I mean, he lived pretty long. About fuck. Who knows?
Probably fucked like hell.
They were left to
Sorry.
you. They were left to you. Okay, the Dickens. They were left to you by someone in the family who never read them. As a matter of fact, none of the 8 volumes has ever been read by anyone, and probably ought to be given to a worthy cause. Although I doubt if a worthy cause would ever read them either. Oh, so it's 8 books. So the complete works of Dickens is 8. These big ass 8 books.
They're all big?
I bet.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's
complete
good.
works
That's a
of
lot- we got
Dickens.
our work cut out for us then.
Right. I mean, I would think it a victory if we read even one work. You know, or even tried.
Even gave a shit at all.
If anybody even knows who Charles Dickens is, that's a win. That's a win. I'm looking at my bookshelves as I write. There's Catch-22 up there. It's a good book, but I won't be reading it again. There's Dr. Zhivago. I wouldn't want Boris Pasternak to know that I never got through the whole thing. Sorry, Boris, but I think you'll have to make room for someone else. I mean, they had a movie. There was a movie.
They made a movie.
This is Andrew talking. There's a
You
movie. It's pretty
okay,
good.
any book that gets made into a movie, you can throw out because they have a movie.
There's a movie. But
That's
you
a
can think
rule.
about the movie.
That's my Rooney rule.
You have a new rule. Yeah.
New Rooney.
There's Dr. Oh, yeah, okay. There's a thin hardcover book I've just taken down. It's published by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and it's called America's Outstanding Young Men, 1938 through 1966. Now, this is the kind of book I keep. It's dated, but the names in it bring back ideas and memories that might otherwise be lost to me forever. They pick 10 outstanding young men every year. Look at this! In 1938, Howard Hughes was 34, and they thought he showed promise. Rudy Vallee's on the list, and so is Elmer Layden,
I don't
the
know these guys.
the Notre Dame football coach. I don't know who Rudy Valley is. Maybe he's an actor. I don't know. Orson Welles is here. He was 23 in 1938.
Orson Welles is here tonight.
And considered a genius. It seems to me it's been all downhill for Orson since he turned 24. Geniuses do not make their living doing television commercials. Wow.
Damn.
Biting.
Get fucked.
Anyway, I'm certainly not going to throw out this little book. It'll always remind me how short life is and that I'd better keep moving. If I had to make a few rules for which books to throw out, I'd say to throw out 1, books of advice on how to make money, lose weight, or have a happy marriage.
Nice.
This is true. We will not be reading any books like that.
Yeah, those books are all. Every time I go to thrift stores with my wife a lot. I'm married, and I go to the book section.
Right.
And there's all. It's
just that.
marriage books.
Nice.
And they're at the thrift store.
Nice.
So it's like these are the books you get rid
Failed
of.
marriage books, yeah.
Yeah.
How to
I
have a failed
read
marriage.
women. I should have gotten it, but we should read Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Right.
Because it's literally just like.
They're bad.
The whole book is like women are idiots who are too emotional. They say,
Yeah.
When a woman says, "You never pay attention to me," in Martian that means right now I don't feel paid attention to or whatever.
Right.
It's like, but it's just like here's what you need to get: women are nuts.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So just give those away.
Such a bad book.
Don't keep that book.
Do not read those books.
Any book whose jacket says that it's a torrid romance. That's 2.
A torrid romance.
Torrid romance. So yeah.
Do not read torrid.
All of these books are kind of just books women buy. 3. Any novel whose title brings to your mind no memory whatsoever of the plot or character.
That's fair.
4. Any book whose title begins "The Anatomy of blank blank blank," "A Treasury of blank blank blank," or "The Changing Face of blank blank blank."
No, those books are cool.
I think I like "A Treasury of" for
Treasury
sure.
of is awesome.
Treasury of is
Anatomy
good.
of is good.
I don't know what that even means. but-
Anatomy of a Frog. Would you keep that, or would you throw that
I
out?
mean, I'd probably keep. I think they mean like it's gonna be like
Anatomy of
Debbie Harry or something.
Oh.
Like I don't know.
Like I say, her anatomy,
Exactly.
folks.
All the books that have 5. All the books that have been made into movies you've seen. This should make room for some new books on your phone.
Dude, I am Rooney.
Yeah, we have AI deepfake Rooney here.
Hello, folks. It's me, Andy Rooney. Well, he died in 2010. I was born in 1996, so he could have.
Exactly.
Maybe his soul
yeah.
left his. It went back through time. That's good. I don't believe in throwing out books.
2011.
I want to hoard books like a dragon. you know.
You gotta. But
think
these
we
are good
should.
rules for hoarding.
Yeah. How to
Avoid
be
those when hoarding.
ethical hoarding.
Right. Well, you
Practice-
want to have a good hoard.
Yeah, you,
don't
want
wanna
to be a
have a
good
shitty
hoarder.
hoard.
You want to be a good hoarder.
Yeah.
A high skilled hoarder.
Great hoard. You don't
Damn.
want to. You don't want to just be like, oh, I've been sitting on a mountain of treasure, and they're like, a lot of the treasure is shit.
This is
bro.
bullshit.
We looked at the treasure.
a bunch of
it was
magazines.
Like poops. It was like poops. The treasure.
Poop in vials.
You thought that gold you're sitting on is poop.
Damn. All right. Thank you for listening.
That was great.
I have to pee.